Hey guys, and welcome back to another video from me about Ringo's EPs that he keeps putting out. This one is the Rewind Forward EP. There's the cover for you. Just dropped today. I already reviewed the title track when that first dropped, but the rest of them I hadn't heard until today. And I have to admit, I think I had a change of heart hearing it in amongst the other three tracks of this one now. Because on its own, it didn't really stand up much as anything memorable on its own, but hearing it in the context of the other songs released at the same time, I'm like, oh wait, actually, I stand corrected. I am allowed to amend my opinion, and I am doing so here. So I'm gonna go through, I'll listen to each track again. I just listened to the first track again, so I'll do that one first, but, and then string these together. Man, I have to admit, I think of the EPs he's done so far, back to back to back here, I think personally this might be the best one so far. And here I was out here not that long ago saying how, yeah, I think this format's already tired for him, he should go back down. Alright, self, sit down, shut up, you clearly didn't know what you were talking about. Alright, right? I will admit when I am wrong, and I think I was wrong this time. The first track on it, Shadows on the Wall, kind of strikes me like, it's both as like a nice, good rocker, I mean, not like super hard, but that's still a rocker nonetheless, but also like, in my opinion, like, modern psychedelia, if that makes sense. Like, not full trippy hippie mode, but in a way to where it doesn't feel dated, it doesn't feel old, but it still has like a 60s vibe about it without feeling like it was recorded in the 60s, if that makes sense. And I really like that about it. Something about like the jangly guitar on, I think, is really what cements it, is having that vibe for me, and I think it's why I like it as much as I do. But yeah, honestly, very solid opening track and everything. I will be honest. When I first woke up this morning, I knew that today was the release date because today would have been my grandma's 100th birthday, so it was easy for me to remember the release date this time around. I had my phone next to me, ready to go, first thing, so I could slap on the headphones and listen to it the moment I woke up, and just not have to wait all day or anything. No, I was doing it first thing. But I admittedly went in with my tempered expectations, given how the other ones have kind of gone, given just how a lot of modern Ringo music goes. I'll be honest, I didn't exactly have the highest of hopes here. I've had them set high many times and had them dashed, so I figured if I go in with them low, it can only go up from there, right? And I think that is definitely maybe part of why I feel the way I do about it, because I didn't go in expecting much and then was pleasantly surprised. It's actually pretty solid for the Ringo EP series anyway. So let me replay the next track and give my thoughts on it. Okay, so the second track is Feeling the Sunshine. Or no, I'm sorry, the Sunlight. My bad. I think I thought Sunshine because first thing it made me think of is Good Day Sunshine. There's something about it. I mean, yeah, it has sun in the title, but there's a lot of songs that could make me think of. But no, there's something about it that kind of, it captures that vibe without needing to necessarily sound like it to still evoke something in the back of your psyche that makes you think of it, if that makes sense. It's another one that kind of has like a modernized 60s sound, but not in a necessarily psychedelic way. Just like more 60s pop this time. And the best thing I can compare it to, more so than Good Day Sunshine actually, and very much in the same vein of modernized 60s pop. Remember when the Monkees released their Good Times album, like, not quite 10 years ago? The song Our Own World on there. Listen to this and then listen to that, and you'll see what I'm talking about, because it's what it made me think of almost instantly. Not because they're that similar, but it's that same kind of vibe, same way that they captured an era and a style. They kind of have like the same beat going, I guess. But I like it an awful lot, just like I liked the other song an awful lot. That was my favorite off of that album, too, for what it's worth. But honestly, I like this a lot. The only thing, well, I should say there's two things with it. It does have an obligatory, just random blurting out of peace and love. It's like, Ringo, chill. It's almost coming off like Tourette's at this point. Oh my god. It comes out of nowhere. I was like, not gonna lie. Every time I played the song, I crack up when it hits it every time. I'm not meaning to make a joke of Ringo's peace and love message. I'm not. It's a good message, but I mean, just the way that it was approached in this particular track, I was like, what? But okay, so that was complaint one. Complaint two, it just feels like it drags on a little too long. But I mean, it's not the worst thing on earth. I mean, I can definitely hang with it, but it just feels like maybe the song should have been trimmed a little shorter. Just a little, not a lot. But other than that, I like it a lot, though. So I'm going to re-listen one more time to the title track and give you my updated thoughts there. Okay, so everything I previously said about the title track in my review of just that song, it still stands. I still think all of that about it. Like, I still think that ultimately it's a fine song, but it's not a very memorable Ringo song. But I mean, it's catchy enough, it's pleasant, it's nice, it's just not that memorable or stands out amongst his other songs as anything that special. That said, listening to it in the context of the other three songs on here, it does match the same stylistic vibe of the rest of the EP. So it doesn't feel out of place or anything. It feels like it belongs very much there. And given the way that it seems like the other songs on there are capturing the vibe of the 60s, but bringing it modern, the term rewind forward suddenly seems like it makes sense. Like you're going back to the past, but bringing it forward and making it something for today. I don't even think that's what he meant when he came up with that term, but it is what just hit in my head as I listened to it this time and was looking at that cover picture. It was like, oh my god, light bulb moment. Maybe it is what he meant for all I know, but I want to say I don't think it was that deep when he came up with it, because usually Ringo just comes up with phrases like that off the top of his head, doesn't even think much of it, and then somebody says that's brilliant and they go with it. I think it was probably something like that, but it does also work on that level here. I'm just saying. So, let me replay the last track and I'll give my thoughts on that and try to give some type of scoring to the EP. Okay, so finally, the last track on the EP is called Miss Jean, and this one, I don't know what it is about it. There's something about it that makes me think of Dizzy Miss Lizzy, even though it's a slower tempo and it doesn't have like that type of a guitar riff in it, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Granted, yeah, they both are a Miss Whoever title, but I don't think that's it. I don't think that's why I'm thinking it. I think it's something with like the bass drum, but I can't quite put my finger on exactly what it is. But I really, really like this track. Like, I would arguably say this might be my favorite one on the EP. I say that tentatively, though, since I felt that way about one other one, too. So I don't know, but still, I mean, compared to how a lot of the other EPs have gone from Ringo out of this series, where I felt like, they're okay. They're mostly filler fluff, but they're just okay. Nothing really stand out about them. I honestly feel like this may be the strongest one he's done yet. And no, I'm not just saying that. I genuinely feel that way about it. So, take that for what you will. But I really liked this one a lot. I mean, I don't know how to go about rating it with a number, because with there only being 4 songs on it, it kind of throws off my whole usual scoring method in terms of numbers, so that doesn't feel correct. If we do like a 25% per song thing, that doesn't feel accurate either, because I mean, only one song would like knock it down to a 75, so I don't know that that feels correct either. So I'm not going to rate it that way. I'm not. I'm just going to say that I do highly recommend this one. I do really like it, and I think this is my fave of the EPs so far. And if this is the direction they're headed, okay, I might be getting more behind this now. Especially if they're coming as rapidly as these have been. Alright. I mean, granted, I still don't know how I feel about the pricing on these. I still feel like they are very overpriced for what they are. Like 20-something bucks for 4 songs. Kind of feels like a ripoff. I'm just saying. So, I mean, I admittedly am just listening through Spotify, which I already pay for per month, but I don't know, I might eventually upgrade to a physical copy of this particular one, just because I like it so much. But, I don't know, we'll have to see. Maybe it'll go on sale sometime and I'll feel better about it. I don't know. But I'm just like, the albums themselves didn't cost as much as these have. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's my one big complaint with the EP model that he's doing, is just the price of them versus what you're getting. Plus how many of them there are, it's just like, boy, this is like the most expensive way he's gone about releasing music so far. Which, I mean, you know, it's a great payday for him, but not so great for the little guys. But music-wise, I do really like this one, so anyway. That is about it. So, as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more, it's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, until next time, see ya.